Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to sew your granny squares together with an invisible seam. This is one of my favorite finishing techniques because it gives your project such a clean and professional look. And it's super easy once you see how it's done. To do this, you'll need at least 2 granny squares. If you want to learn how to make a granny square, you can go to my previous video, which is linked below, which is a tutorial on how to make a granny square. You'll need some yarn, whatever yarn you used for your granny squares. You'll need a sewing needle and a scissor. So grab your yarn and needle and let's get started. You start by placing your granny squares side by side with the right side facing up. You can see the difference here. The square on the left has the wrong side facing up. Once your squares are placed correctly like this, grab your needle and yarn. Cut a piece of the yarn about 1 meter long. Then thread the yarn through the needle. Grab the granny square on your left. You can see here in the corners there are 2 stitches. We're gonna sew into the stitch on the right side right here. Now insert your needle between the 2 strands or loops like this. We're only working with the back loops. Pull the yarn through. Until you have a short tail left. Insert the needle again and pull it through one more time. When the yarn forms a loop like this, insert the needle into the loop and pull the yarn through. Repeat that one more time. Insert the needle into the loop and pull the yarn through. This creates a little knot which helps secure the yarn. We're gonna start by inserting the needle into the same loop as we did in the other granny square, the one in the corner right here. And before you pull the needle through, you pull it through the next loop like this. So you actually sew under this X right here, if that makes any sense. Pull the needle and yarn through. I'm really trying to explain this as good as possible. It's not that easy for me. So if it's hard to understand, please just watch really carefully and just repeat whatever I'm doing. Now grab the bottom granny square again. Insert the needle into the last loop you yarned through before, right here. Then insert it into the next loop here. And pull the needle and yarn through. And then you just keep repeating this all the way down the 2 granny squares. Each time, insert the needle into the loop where the yarn is, then insert it into the next loop on the right, and then pull the needle and yarn through both loops. I'm not gonna explain it further, but I'm gonna keep on showing you guys, so you can just follow me all the way down the 2 granny squares if you like. We've now reached the last stitches right here. So just as we started, we're also gonna end in the first stitch of the corner of the granny square. When you've sewn the last stitch right here, pull the yarn end so the stitching gets real tight. Now you can see the stitching isn't showing at all. To secure the end, you again insert the needle in the same stitch as before, the one in the corner on the top granny square right here. Pull the needle through until the yarn creates a loop, and then insert the needle into the loop and yarn through. And all you need to do now is just to weave in the ends. This invisible join is one of my favorite ways to connect granny squares, because it looks so clean and seamless. I really hope this technique helps your projects look extra polished. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more beginner-friendly crochet tutorials. And check out my granny square tutorial linked right here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.